Turkey, while Tzu hosts its monthly aid distribution for refugees, many recipients give a donation in return. When you get a good night's rest but still feel tired, dizzy, and often forgetful, Chinese medicine doctors recommend walnuts to help. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. The Syrian civil war has raged on for 6 years, and the refugee crisis continues to grow. The UNHCR recently reported the number of refugees created by the conflict now numbers 5 million. A large number of those have passed through Turkey as they seek safety in Europe. This has created a great amount of work for the small number of Tzu volunteers in Turkey. We'll now join the Tzu office in Sultan Gazi City to see how the work for the volunteers there is going. This is the Tzu office in Sultan Gazi City, Turkey, where every month Tzu volunteers give out financial aid to refugee families in need. Despite the small space, these 160 participants create a familial atmosphere.
Since currently the economic and political situation in Turkey is not very stable, the government doesn't want us to do large-scale distributions, so we can only do small ones and only from inside our office.
Currently in Sultan Gazi City, around 8,000 Syrian families have gathered seeking safety. Tzu has organized regular aid distributions that help an estimated 6,000 of those families, even in the coldest months of winter.
Knowledge is light, and with knowledge you can banish ignorance. Tzu from Taiwan has helped us. We can study and don't have to work. We are very thankful for Tzu. We always remember the Master's actions. We hope the spirit of giving with the bamboo coin banks can be spread to everyone. We hope little acts of love will grow and they will pay them forward in the future.
At an aid distribution this March, a former imam of the mosque in Taipei, Yunus Ma, also came to visit the Tzu office in Sultan Gazi. Speaking the language of the refugees, he was able to make the refugees feel welcome and at ease.
Tzu has a soft power that has done so much. The refugees are so grateful for all the help and selfless dedication of Tzu volunteers. We do not see them as simply offering assistance. We see them as family, as brothers.
After offering their own blessings and donations back to the people of Taiwan who have helped them, Syrian Professor Tuma led everyone in a prayer of thanksgiving.
وعوائلنا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام ويا ذا المنة والإنعام ويا ذا الطول والإكرام اللهم لا نخرج من هذا المجلس إلا وقد غفرت ذنوبنا وفرجت همومنا وكفرت عنا سيئاتنا.
The love of volunteers here in Turkey has met and strengthened by the love of the refugees. Together, they will move the love forward, united as one family. Since January of this year, Tzu volunteers in the Philippines have rolled out a work for relief program, paying volunteers to promote recycling in 10 communities of Ormoc. At the end of March, Ormoc City government signed a memorandum of agreement with Tzu, expanding this recycling project to cover the entire city.
The MOA signing ceremony is being held at the Ormoc City Government Square. The city mayor attends the ceremony, looking forward to a cleaner and more beautiful city.
We have 110 barangays, and it's not easy to do that. And we're very happy that Chuchi is behind this program. No?
That's the most important thing that they have to know. We teach people how to do recycle, and then we collect recyclables.
In the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan, Tzu helped Ormoc residents rebuild their homes. This year, Tzu rolled out a work for relief program promoting recycling in 10 communities. After signing the MOA, the plan will expand and cover the entire city. Therefore, one volunteer has written a song to promote environmental awareness.
When they hear the song I wrote, I hope they will think about how to help recycling. It is not only beneficial to ourselves, but also the entire world.
I know these PET bottles can be recycled and made into different products, such as blankets.
With Tsuji's recycling plan, the environment is cleaner than before.
I will wash the bottles before giving them to Tsuji volunteers, so they do not need to wash them.
Kaya nilinisin ko muna bago ko ibigay sa kanila.
Mag-recycling ta, ausi mag-recycling din malipay na. Dakong tabang kini sa kalikasan, lapi na sa atong kalibutan.
Kaya para
We are not collecting garbage, but protecting the earth.
Earth Saver.
In response to the decline in traditional Chinese medicine shops in Taiwan, the Ministry of Health and Welfare announced it is working on a new amendment for standardized testing for Chinese medicine pharmacists. Once the amendment is passed, many second-generation owners of Chinese medicine shops who have the license will have the opportunity to obtain a Chinese medicine pharmaceutical operating license. This will perhaps help to slow the decline of herbal medicine shops. Here's more in the second part of our series report. 77-year-old Xu Rongzhu has been a Chinese medicine doctor for half his life, and next to his clinic, he has an herbal medicine shop. According to Ministry of Health and Welfare, patients who receive a Chinese medicine prescription cannot go to the herbal medicine shop to fill their prescription unless there is a pharmacist and a traditional medicine doctor on site. Thus, though Dr. Xu has suffered from a stroke and has mobility issues, with the help of his granddaughter, he still makes his way to the herbal medicine counter to oversee the prescription dispensary.
With my grandfather going to the herbal medicine shop to fill the prescription, it's much easier and convenient for the patient and doctor.
Traditional Chinese herbal medicine ingredients need to be cooked and made into a tonic, and it's much more effective than the Chinese patent medicine. Those kinds don't have the good kind of medication that is needed. With so little patients now, they have stolen more of our business.
What Dr. Xu means by stealing business is that when doctors prescribe herbal tonic ingredients as a remedy, it is an out-of-pocket expense for the patient, but if it's Chinese patent medicine, it's paid for by the government.
Currently, the national health insurance only covers Chinese patent medicine. Ingredients for tonics are not covered. This type of coverage will influence the general public usage of medication.
Does this mean then at least the Chinese patent medicine is widely promoted? Not so.
How does the government lean towards Western medicine? For example, the national health insurance pays 23 NT dollars per day for one prescription of Chinese patent medicine, no matter if it's a weekly dosage or monthly. In Western medicine, for 7 days, it's 48 NT dollars.
For Chinese patent medicine, the national health insurance only pays 23 NT dollars for one prescription, no matter the days required. But for Western medicine, it pays 48 NT dollars for the first week, increased to 59 NT dollars for the second and third. Meanwhile, for a month, the amount is 69.
In putting together the herbal ingredients, it won't be any less time spent on it than Western medicine. It's clear the government doesn't care much about Eastern medicine, as it doesn't feel it's mainstream enough.
Government policies and modernization has devalued traditional Chinese medicine over time.
I had severe menstruation problems to where I'd fall over from pain, and I sought out Western medicine but to no avail. It wasn't until I met my husband and he gave me the herbal tonic to drink that it finally relieved my suffering.
Thanks to Chinese medicine, Gu Chengpu found relief. Originally, she was a nurse, but then she quit her job to assist her husband's herbal medicine shop. Working together for about 10 years, even with the couple's experience and expertise in this field, they are still operating under the Chinese pharmacy license that Gu's father-in-law obtained years ago.
In the future, when my father passes away, we will face operating this business without a license.
We want the government to establish a pharmacist license for Chinese medicine. Currently, the group that's working at herbal medicine shops has worked in the field with years of experience and no license. We have been at this crossroads for about some 20 years.
The Ministry of Health and Welfare responded with a modification of an amendment draft related to Chinese medicine pharmacists.
We're working with the Ministry of Labor to plan this Chinese medicine pharmacist license, so the new generation of herbal specialists can continue.
In Taiwan, there are licenses for Chinese medicine doctors, but not Chinese medicine pharmacists. According to laws, the right to dispense Chinese herbal medication lies not in the herbal medicine shop, but in a Western pharmacist and a Chinese medicine doctor.
Currently, the pharmacists are required to take minimal Chinese medicine dispensary, only 16 credits. After they pass the national testing for Western medicine, it will give them both a Western medicine and Eastern medicine pharmacist license.
Only about 0.07% or less than 200 pharmacists will be involved in Chinese medicine, which can be problematic in knowing about conflicting medications.
For example, if my heart is not so good, I can take some ginseng to strengthen it. However, if I'm taking Western medicine, which contains digitalis, which is a cardiac stimulant, then it will conflict with the ginseng.
According to survey, only 1% of the population will purely take Chinese medicine to cure their sickness and not combine it with Western medicine, while 37% of the population takes both at the same time.
Sometimes Eastern medicine and Western medicine can conflict with one another. When taking both, will it cause a multiplying effect where it might be an overdosage? We need to be careful.
Once Taiwan passes the law for more Eastern pharmacists, then residents can rest easy in knowing their medical needs are looked after with a licensed professional at the herbal medicine shops. Do you ever suffer from mild dizziness or feel very forgetful but are otherwise feeling healthy? The problem may be with blood circulation in your brain, and one healthy food that may help the problem may be walnuts. In our next piece, we'll learn from Chinese medicine practitioners about the benefits that eating walnuts have for the human brain.
If you are getting a good 8 hours of sleep regularly but still feel tired, dizzy, and often forgetful, Chinese medicine doctors say this may indicate a lack of healthy bone marrow.
From a physiological point of view, the lack of healthy bone marrow may contribute to poor circulation in the brain or weaken nerve cells. So when you have chronic fatigue, dizziness, and become unusually forgetful, have blurry eyes or pain in the ears, these may be serious signs of brain problems.
Older generations often say that eating pork brain will help keep the brain healthy. However, the truth is that such a food may actually increase the likelihood of a stroke.
When people eat these dishes of animal brain, they contain very high amounts of fat, which can be bad for blood circulation. For people who already have poor blood circulation or poor blood lipids control, this can be a dangerous food. In extreme cases, it may contribute to the occurrence of a stroke.
To improve your brain health without worry, Chinese medicine practitioners recommend eating walnuts. Walnuts contain high amounts of linoleic acid, which can help blood circulation and help control blood pressure and blood sugar levels. It also has a chemical DHA, which is good for growing brain tissue.
When you look at a cross-section of the human brain, there are some tissue folds, which are how the nervous system signals continuously interact with one another. These are the areas where we can keep our memories and hold our thoughts. By eating a food like walnuts, we increase the lectin, which in turn can improve brain function. It strengthens cells, which improves their ability to transmit information.
However, remember walnuts also contain a bit of fat, so if you eat too much, the fat will increase your body's cholesterol. Generally, eating 4 to 5 walnuts a day is a healthy amount.
For people who are dealing with a toothache or some pain in the mouth, or those with diarrhea or digestive problems, or people with bad acne, these people should probably avoid eating walnuts.
Additionally, in modern society, with so many people spending long hours in front of a computer, the neck and shoulders can often be stiff. Chinese medicine doctors recommend regular massages to these acupuncture points, which will also stimulate blood flow to the brain.
Next, we'll check out how some children in Taiwan spent the Children's Day holiday. Even though the day is meant to be fun for kids, at the Taipei Tzu Hospital and the Tzu Elementary School in Tainan, children were practicing compassion for others as they learned about the suffering of refugee families in Syria. We'll see how Tzu is inspiring children to be content as well as cherish their own blessings. The war in Syria has been going on for 6 years now. There are children that are growing up in that terrible situation. When they see the camera, the kids get scared. They are scared men with guns will come to kill them.
This activity in the pediatric ward of Taipei Tzu Hospital shares the story of children suffering in Syria, to distract the children from their own ailments and encourage everyone to grow spiritually.
After last year's typhoon struck Taidong, there were lovely refugees from Syria who donated some money to help. Despite their hardships, they still gave. They hope to give back to people in Taiwan who helped them. We hope to plant seeds of love in the hearts of children in Taiwan and let them blossom.
The children hear the story of the refugees and also learn how they can help to care for those suffering. The parents also expressed their support for the lesson.
I just told him the children there are living in very difficult circumstances because of the fighting, so you should cherish all of your toys and not just waste money buying one after another, because children there have hardly any and can't buy any either. I want him to be content.
Children at the Tzu Elementary School in Tainan have also just heard the story of the Syrian people and their hardship. The children here also donate their coin banks for international relief, making this Children's Day especially heartwarming.
I hope that Syrian children can have a happy Children's Day just like us.
Our goal is to take a bit of our love and send it to those who are suffering. We want this seed of love to continue to grow and spread.
Another event of the day is a simulation where children try to see what life is like for other people. The activity may be fun, but it also teaches important lessons, like empathy for those who must use wheelchairs and rely on the help of others.
They can use their hands, which will become sore since they can't use their feet. It's inconvenient to go anywhere. I have to help them get things and push them around in the wheelchair.
Students are also learning a bit about science on Children's Day. Even though the day is meant to be fun, children are still learning important life lessons.
Staying on the cherishing one's blessings theme, in Malaysia, Tzu volunteers in Selangor have been invited to introduce Tzu to students and teachers at a high school. After learning about Tzu's spirit of great love, the principal has placed bamboo coin banks in the classrooms. Now the teachers and students are both showing their support in the spirit of the bamboo bank era.
I'm very thankful for my mom and teacher Rajesh and Suchi for helping me to become this successful in my life.
Dinesh, who suffers from congenital spina bifida, changed his life after receiving the New Shoot Scholarship. Today, he's invited to share his story so the teachers can understand how Tzu helps people regardless of race and religious beliefs.
Every religion teaches us to be love and care. I'm a Christian myself, but that doesn't matter who am I. I feel I'm a person. I'm blessed to be here. I can do something for my lovely student here. I'm one of you all.
To introduce Tzu's charity principles to the teachers and help them find their initial aspiration, the school principal has invited the Tzu volunteers to the school.
Since 2/3 of our teachers are non-Chinese, through the videos you played, they can understand the actual situation and love our children even more.
The principal also supports Tzu's bamboo bank era spirit and wants to promote it in the school.
Every class we put one, then every day the student can give 5 cents, 10 cents, depends on them.
The principal and teachers want to promote the bamboo bank era spirit on campus, so more than 3,000 students can become people who help others.
I will influence my classmates to make donations and help more people. Tzu volunteers often travel to different countries to help those in need. Even though I cannot do that, I can donate money.
Besides the students, more than 70 teachers also save in coin banks to be donated. The teachers and students have already created a cycle of love on campus.
The Aiyu Development Center in Danshui, New Taipei City accepts and takes care of 15 to 50-year-olds who have mental or physical disabilities. However, the institute often lacks sufficient staffing to entertain the residents. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers and students from a parent and child class went to the institute to cheer up the residents and bring them some love and joy.
Close to 200 volunteers, parents and children visit Aiyu Development Center in New Taipei City. Children aged from 3 to 6 start today's event with song and dance.
The last time we came here was about 2 to 3 years ago, so we cherish this opportunity to come here.
When the Tzu Chi group arrives, they spread happiness to everyone.
When I asked my kids, she said these elder brothers and sisters were different from her, so she was a bit scared. Then I asked her how she felt after she spent some time with them. She said she wasn't scared anymore.
The residents put forward more shows than we did, and they were happier than us, so it also showed us a side we didn't know.
The visits bring joy to the residents and also a lesson to these visitors.
A vegetarian food exhibition was recently held at the World Trade Center in Taipei, and Tzu Chi's Jingsi food products were also on display there. Tzu Chi volunteers also seized the occasion to promote Jingsi tea and the meaning behind it to the attendees.
A cup of good tea brings people closer together. At the 2017 Vegetarian Food Exhibition, Tzu Chi volunteers invite attendees to sit down and enjoy a cup of good tea.
With the sweetness of the tea, the atmosphere at home also changes.
People enjoy drinking a pot of good tea. Among them, one has been to Sanyi Tea Garden and learned about why the tea is of such good quality.
I visited the tea garden, and the Tzu Chi brother told me I use a lot of enzymes, so the soil has become softer, improving the quality of the tea leaves.
At the exhibition, tea ceremony teachers serve tea, teaching everyone about the positive energy it brings.
Everyone can drink a good cup of tea, and let us teach them about the Dharma behind it. Why do we teach? It is positive energy that purifies people's minds.
Drinking good tea and learning to leave all worries behind is a way for people to be harmonious and tranquil.
At the end of the program, we have images of a different sort of a band from Taichung, where its musicians are made up of students from the Municipal Taichung Special Education School for the Visually Impaired. The band members can play a wide variety of genres as well as instruments despite their limitations. Let's enjoy their performance at the end of today's show. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.